Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Ooh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I wanna talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Corsicana, Texas. What's up, Dallas Fort Worth? What's up, Houston, Texas? Welcome back to the Burning Coals Podcast. We are your show hosts. I go by the name of Mr. Know It All Reaction. Give it up. Right there by the logo, we got the big fella, Bougie Weirdo, B-Dub. Give it up for B-Dub. Right up on the B-Dub, we got the first lady of the Burning Coals Podcast. She go by the name of First Lady EQ. Give it up for Educated Queen. And coming in, the man, the myth, the legend. He goes by the name of Gentleman Jamal. Give it up. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So we are the Burning Coals Podcast. Here is where we have fire interviews. We have hot topics, burning questions, serious conversation, and we say what needs to be said on this TV show. How are you guys doing on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday night? So before we get into all that, all right, we got to say we apologize for the technical difficulties or whatever, but we were able to get everything that we need to get everything taken care of, and we definitely did that. So please forgive us for this late start, but I promise you it would definitely be well worth it because we got some great topics that we're going to be discussing tonight, all right? But before we get into all that, pay attention to the comment section. If you guys have any comments, you want to come on to the show, you want to put your comment on the show, we'll definitely bring your comment in, and we will definitely read your comment. Now, if you want to come on to the show and you want to give your shout outs, if you want to say, hey, Mr. Know-It-All, we see you working out, your guns are looking big, you can definitely give me the comment on that as well, and I would definitely accept them, all right? So,
my drink.
Oh, no, B-Dub, no. So before we get to all
I ain't
that,
nobody
man,
finna tell you that tonight.
No. That I always get the compliments. You know what I mean? So I'm just used to it. But I'm just letting our fans know what if they want to come on and do that, they can definitely go ahead and do it. So So anyway, y'all, enough about me. How you guys doing on this beautiful Tuesday night, man? This beautiful Tuesday.
Blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored. Like EQ, we saying EQ.
Say.
Yeah, EQ say it's blessed to be above ground and under. Ain't that right, EQ?
Hey, that's it right there. Oh yeah, it's good to be viewed and not seen, or what, something like that. Good to be seen and not viewed. I think that's what they be saying. But yeah, I'm good. All is well. Today has been a very, very great day. So yeah, I'm ready to talk about whatever we're gonna talk about tonight. And y'all like, subscribe, comment, share this Burning Coals podcast. Glad to be having G-Man back with us, and I hope to see Brandy on here shortly. So let's talk about it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. B-Dub, how you feeling, my brother?
Good, man. Good. Just enjoying fatherhood.
Man.
Life.
He ready for a sister.
Yeah. He was supposed to be a girl.
How you figure that? Hold on, how you figure he's supposed to be in the girl, B-Dub?
Because I wanted a girl first.
Oh, okay.
No, the boy first, so he can be the protector.
It's 2023. You still got time to be a girl.
Oh man!
You know what? I'm gonna kick your butt. I'm gonna kick your butt. You know, I'm gonna tell your mama when I see her at church.
Oh, B-Dub, you say he still got time, huh?
You better quit playing with that baby.
That's my little mini-me right there.
Him so cute.
Yeah.
It's time for him a sister. He's 6 months old yet.
Yep, it'll be 7. I think in a week or 2.
Oh yeah, okay. So it's time. Get busy.
Okay. Well, as for me, you know what, man? Everything is going good. I can't complain at all. Beautiful. It's Tuesday night. Looking forward to talking to you lovely people. See the smiles on your faces. I love when we agree and disagree and we just have some grown folks conversation on the Burning Coals podcast. So I love it. I definitely love it, and I look forward to it. And definitely looking forward to this discussion as well, because we're going to be talking about 3 topics. So let's get ready to talk about it.
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I wanna talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So the first topic of conversation we're gonna have a discussion about today is we're gonna talk about, and it's been trending. We're gonna talk about NBA superstar. Oh, I don't know if he's a superstar or not, but NBA star, Mr. Ja Morant. All right. Now, if you have not been living up under a rock, you know who Ja Morant is. He plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. All right. And he has, I guess he's taken a liking to showing guns on Instagram, which I believe is against the code of conduct, or it's against the contract that he has with the NBA as far as like painting the Memphis Grizzlies in a bad image. All right. So mind you, he's already had one warning already. Well, I'm gonna say warning. They fined him. He was fined several games. He lost a few endorsements, and so he got himself wind up in a bad situation, and he had to go to basically it's like a rehabilitation or counseling because of him, having these guns inside clubs and things like that. So basically, the first time they hit him on the wrist, all right. So last week, him and his friends are riding inside of a vehicle. Listen to, I believe they say NBA young boy. I don't know who these rappers are. They got so many little this and NBA that or whatever. I don't know the young fella name, but Ja Morant's friend is driving and shows Ja Morant on Instagram flashing his piece. Now the NBA has basically suspended him from all of the activities, and he cannot no longer go to the Memphis Grizzly. No, he can't be nowhere around the Memphis Grizzly basketball facilities and nothing like that or whatever until they come up with a plan to see how they're going to handle the punishment phase of all this or whatever. So it looks like Ja Morant is going to be in another whole world of trouble with this whole thing. B-Dub, EQ. How do you guys feel about everything that's going on, all this controversy that's surrounded by Ja Morant? Is everything that he's going through, is it warranted for him because of his decision that he's made, or what?
Absolutely, there has to be some accountability. I think when you enter any professional career or job or whatever, there's a professional code of conduct or professional code of ethics. So if these people told you, and then not only that, you've seen other players get in trouble, even college players get in trouble for posting things like this to social media. There's a consequence that comes with it. You being a celebrity, a basketball player, come on now, you should have had a little bit of better judgment or common sense than to post, and then they tell you, okay, we're gonna slap you on the wrist, but don't you do this again. So he dug a ditch for himself. And I'm sorry, the rules are not always fair. But the thing of it is, you a brother, you're in the spotlight, and now you out here doing stupid stuff. And he should always be mindful that cameras are always rolling. We live in a technological age where cameras are rolling. You know, especially when you out hang. I know you want to be cool hanging out with your friends, but you got to think of all the things that are at stake. And unfortunately, that's his career at stake. So, come on, young brother. Don't be hot headed just because you in the league. Because the people that feed you, they can starve you.
Right, absolutely. But here's the thing, EQ. See, and you just pointed something out that I want to talk about as well. His friends. How can those not your real friends if they sit there? And this is a terminology that the young folks like to say, but they're allowing you to crash out. When you
Okay.
crashing out, you're crashing out, and that means that you are putting your whole everything that you built,
Hmm.
everything that you get your family stand for, whatever. It's like you are just throwing all that
Away.
away because you want to put up this certain type of image about
Right.
this lifestyle that you really. I'm be honest with you, I don't even
Don't
just
even live
I don't even know John Morant, but to me he does not come across, or he does not strike me as
as a
a
gangster.
wannabe gangster or a hardball like that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Well,
why sit there? Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, EQ.
here's the
Go ahead.
thing, though. You look at these friends. Okay, let's examine his friends. Do your friends have NBA contracts? Are your
Correct.
friends getting these endorsements? So hey, I ain't got nothing for me. See, sometimes you gotta know not to be know when not to be a crash dummy, because you got to examine your friends. See, the spotlight is on you. So
Correct.
you got to know a setup, whether it was intentional or not. You got to know a setup. Okay, you know the camera's rolling. You know your boy got his phone out. You know 9 times out of 10, y'all gonna post it to social media. And the NBA basically said, okay, we're gonna slap you on the wrist. You know why? We know just in a short amount of time, you gonna do something else stupid. And lo and behold, what did he do? Went right back out there and did the same stupid thing or whatever. So warning comes before destruction. It's like my grandma say, a hard head makes a soft ass. He did it to himself.
Right, right, right. B Dub, how you feel about all this, B Dub, with everything's going on with John Morant, with the second whip that he got hit across the back with?
So, I mean, everything EQ said was pretty much spot on. Like, come on, fool me once, fool me can't get fooled again. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like this not an accident, and let's not forget, literally 14 days ago, just 2 weeks ago, he did a whole thing about rehab, and he went to rehab and talked about how he learned something, and he's gonna be a
Right,
better person, and then here we go, 14 days later, um, and it could have been avoided. It's not just Ja Morant. Shannon Sharp made a great point. He made the same point that when I first saw the second video, that I thought the same thing, and Shannon Sharp said it as well. It's the people around him that should be ashamed, that we should be mad at. Nobody should even be mad at Ja. It's the people around him. It's his dad, it's his mom, it's his friends, it's his everybody, because you you don't mess up the bag. He's their financial support system. I'm not saying that they should be using him. That's not what I mean. But we know how it goes. When one person make it, they're looked upon to kind of help everybody else and hold down the family. So he's that guy for them. Even though they didn't necessarily come from the hood, I think they was a little bit more middle class than they was poor. But still, it wasn't $200 million. They didn't have $200 million.
right.
That's a long way away from middle class. So you don't let that get messed up. But nobody said nothing. His daddy ain't said nothing. Tried to pull him to the side. Nobody, his OGs. Like, I remember when I was a kid, the street dudes went out of their way to keep us away from the streets.
Right,
So
right,
if a guy was out there in the streets, that means he or she really wanted to be out in them streets, because it was never encouraged. It was actually like, nah, y'all here. That's why the big timers, the OGs, or whatever you want to call them, they get the little kids money and stuff, and like, nah, here's some money, go get you some popsicles, whatever. Y'all stay over there and keep being kids and do what you do. Nowadays, it's completely different.
right.
Like, people want you to rot and decay right alongside of them, either in the hood, in the jail, or in the ground. Like, they'll pull you in. And the better you're set up, the more they'll try to pull you in.
Right.
Like, all these dudes, what do we see? These street dudes, that's what they do. They try to hang with the rappers, the athletes, the entertainers, and try to bring them into that world. And then some of them fall for it because they want street credibility, because every rapper want to be a athlete, and every athlete want to be a rapper. So it's like a perfect marriage where they hang out. I'm going to hang out with these street dudes to show everybody I'm hard. But I want to say a couple of things real quick too, and then I'm going to fall back. Number one, Steven Jackson is a whole clown out here in these streets. I said it. Because when he did it the first time, now he's Steven Jackson. Oh, y'all need to get off his nuts. Leave that alone. Ja just being Ja. Now you want to come back and call him a moron. No, you can't. But this is the same dude who was hanging out in the streets with real street kids, street dudes that allegedly have bodies, and you hanging out like it's all good, talking about, look at me, I'm on O Block. Fool, you did the same thing he doing.
Right. See,
And
birds will never flock together, B-Dub.
I don't know if y'all know, one of the young dudes from Chicago, unfortunately, one of the dudes that he checked in with just recently passed away. He just got killed.
Right.
So
right.
I just want to say that Steven Jackson the clown. I just want to put that on record. And Shannon Sharp was right. Everybody was coming at Shannon Sharp, but he said this was gonna happen,
Right. Yep.
and look where we are.
Right. G-Man, how do you feel about everything that's going on with this Ja Morant situation, my brother?
Oh my goodness. Um, I will say I'm surprised that it happened again. I figured after the first whatever few incidents that you know he would at least have enough sense not to record it. But to see that it happened again, stupid is and stupid does. I don't got no sympathy for him. On the surface, okay, not that big of a deal. They do nothing wrong at all in comparison. But when you represent somebody else, you got to play by the rules. They
Correct.
paying you multi hundreds of million, whatever dollars, and they telling you can't do something, then you can't do it. And he violated. He ain't gangster. Nobody believes Ja is gangster. He not hood. He not street. Uh, so it's like, okay, I want to be down. I want to be hood. I want to be street. But real street dudes don't like. They had to do that because they out of necessity, not because they wanted to.
Right.
It's corny to me. It's just corny. You had a good upbringing. He tried to play that and they started pulling the receipts. You come from a successful, like college educated 2-parent home, went to the nice schools, the whole nine. And just be honest, when he came out of college, I mean, nobody looked at him and said, this guy's gangster. He was a little sus looking to be, when he first came in, now all of a sudden you gangster, you hard. Come on, bro. Don't nobody believes you, man. It's just okay. I don't care. I don't care if he shows up with a team of Navy SEALs. I don't care if he show a video of Ja in the compound raiding Bin Laden compound. Nobody is afraid of Ja. He ain't gangster. And I don't care how many guns he had. He ain't going to shoot nothing.
Right.
It just ain't in him, and that's okay. Like I think we need to stop, like put this negative stigmatism on being, coming from a successful background. Like I mean, family upbringing. Like that should be celebrated. We celebrate the wrong thing. We celebrate. Oh, I came from nothing, and my dad beat my mama, and my mama's on crack. That's unfortunate, But he wants that. Like you had it. You should be like, man, I had a great upbringing. Like I always say, you don't ever hear you talking about, oh, I was on the street. So no. I had a mom and dad in the house. You see what I'm saying? And that contributed to the beautiful man that Pam adores today. Thank you.
but Jim Jamal, that don't mean just because you come from a good background, because you come from a mom and dad and things like that, whatever, that don't mean that you're soft. No, none of that. So, like you said, G man, we got to get rid of that stigma talking about that because you come from the streets or just because you starved or you trying to make ends meet, that make you more tougher because
You can be both.
I agree, you can.
You can be both. I came from I had a great family unit, but I was still came from Oak Cliff. It doesn't mean that I ain't street, I ain't hood. It just means I was raised. I had a mom and a dad who guided me and taught me right from wrong. That don't mean, please trust me.
Right.
Ain't nobody testing me. You understand? Pam tries it every week and it don't work.
But talking about Ja Morant though, and I'm sure all you guys probably gonna say the same thing, but is it frustrating to see that somebody has been gifted? Well, somebody has this opportunity that he has, because there's a lot of people that would love to switch roles with this guy, be in his shoes, have the generational wealth that he can definitely provide for his family, so on and so forth. For him to have that in his hands and just see it just slide through his hands like grains of sand, and it's getting away from him. It's frustrating to see him operate in this behavior, and it's almost like he just right now, it's just like he just don't care about it until you get to 25, 30 years later, and you're gonna be talking, you're gonna be sitting there having a discussion with some other youngsters, like, man, telling them things that they should be doing, should not be doing, or whatever. You can be telling them the same story. So it's frustrating to see this, man. And I hate that he's going. I hate that the opportunity like this is just slipping away from him because of him being so, reckless, or he just not giving a damn about what's going on with his career.
Well, somebody gonna get that opportunity because he definitely gonna lose his
Right.
if he keep it up.
Right.
But see, here's the thing. I agree with G Man 100%. Ja is not street. I don't think nobody thinks or thought or ever will think Ja Morant is street. But here's the problem. When you play the role long enough, eventually you're gonna find yourself in a situation where you're gonna have to be that. You're gonna have to be what you pretending to be.
Right.
Because we know this dude came in the league with the colorful locks. Even if you look in the first video, he holding the gun like this. Like this ain't gangster job.
So not gangster.
Yeah, because that's how G Man hold his.
And then
You come over here, I'll show you how I hold it.
even in the second
Nasty.
video, he's like,
Get on my nerves.
hey, it's a gun. See, I got a gun. Look at me, I'm cool. Like, no, that's not cool. That's not cool. It's not hard. But and I just found out he was gonna be this way regardless because it's his parents. I didn't know because I don't know if y'all remember the incident at the shoe store where allegedly he had the employee hemmed up in the back and was threatening him or whatever. I knew that happened, but I guess I never just really looked into it about you think, okay, well that happened. Come to find out, his mama instigated that. He wasn't even there. His mama was at the shoe store at Foot Locker or Finish Line, one of them, and she felt like she had some bad customer service. Like the kid wasn't giving her proper customer service, and they got into a verbal back and forth. And instead of her calling police or calling her husband, you call your millionaire NBA son to come handle this problem.
Oh.
Retarded.
Like
Yeah,
what
that
you
was
gonna do?
far
There's
from the
another
truth.
incident, and allegedly there's another incident that his mama instigated. And then we see how his dad be moving. Now his dad cool, he just come to the games, he chill, but you can kind of see that he kind of, I don't want to say want to be young, because I mean,
Yeah, he do.
He want to be young, brother. He want to be young. Yeah.
He
said
looked
it
young.
right.
Because my thing is this:
He
if you
said
can
it right.
pull it off, go for it. But basically, what I'm saying is, we see how his dad moved, and now I'm learning that his mom just really the same way. So that's just what he brought up.
Well,
which
the apple
doesn't
didn't
make any
fall far
sense.
from the tree. Then, I
And
mean,
this is what happens, and I'm gonna let it go. This is what happens when people make it out of the hood, but the hood don't make it out of them. Because, like we just said, Jai and his sister was raised middle class, nice schools, good neighborhoods. His parents might have come from there, but they never let it go. And clearly, they're instilling it into their child because he thinks he's that. Like it's crazy.
Right. Well, we got some comments in the comment section we're gonna get to. Barbara Sims said, "Hello, family. Let's talk about it." And we
hey,
say thank you
Barbara.
guys. Make sure appreciate you guys for joining the show and appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that comment button, and share this content with anybody, with your friend, foe, neighbor, anybody. Let them know exactly where to go for nice fire content. So Barbara Sims said hello. We say hello. Andre, he says, "What's good, my good people? Hope all is well." We say the
Hey,
same thing to
Andre.
you. Miss Pam Brown says, "Miosha Thomas."
Yeah, tag me, Usher.
Oh, okay. Myron Overton, he said, "Would it be different if he was out hunting with the same gun in his hand?"
You ain't hunting with no dang on 22,
Right,
no Darren.
right.
Okay,
And look, and let me answer that. Okay, Myron, here's the deal. What we have to understand, the rules and laws that's written for us ain't the same rules and laws that's written for the other people. He was not trying to go hunting. He riding in the car with his homeboy, posting
And at the club.
him and at the club, posting a video him holding up a gun. See, this is what happens when people think they're invincible and they don't have to follow the rules. Yeah, like that. That ain't nothing gangster about that pose. And you trying to prove a point to your homeboys who not in the league, who don't have the contracts. So you trying to show off when your thing you worked hard for is on the line. Now, yeah, if it looked like you were out hunting for deer or whatever, yeah, then we can say have a different reaction or a different response. But in this case, come on now, no.
He could have been at the shooting range shooting it. It would have had a better effect.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Right.
right, right,
Yep.
right.
It,
Yep.
it,
But
it wouldn't be no problem.
Wouldn't be no
But the
problem.
end
Right.
of the day, Target, unfortunately, that's the reality for our brothers. And you cannot just be out here doing reckless stuff, especially when we've had all these, school shootings and mall shootings and stuff like that. Right now, people are on heightened alert. So you got to be cognizant of what you're doing, whether you're hanging out with your homeboys or whatever.
Let's crash out.
That's
Let's
that
crash
Harlem
out,
Nights.
y'all. No, we're gonna give
What's
some
that?
Steven Jackson advice. Crash out. Yeah, crash on out, y'all. You don't
Told
yeah,
you don't
2
shoot that.
million.
No, no.
You broke my nose,
Crash
man.
out.
Come on over here. Let me hook you up with some arsenal. So at least you can look cool if you're gonna throw your life away. I mean, at least look cool
Right.
doing it. But
Yeah,
but
you
G
can.
Man said something important though. At this point, technically, he hadn't really did anything. It just looks bad. It's optics. But like I
Hey,
said, if he keep playing this game, he gonna find himself in a situation where he gonna have to make a real decision.
right. You know what, John Morant? He's that character on Harlem Nights. You know when they shooting the big gun, he shooting that little old pistol. Pow.
Listen, know it all. You late.
Man, we
You
just
just
got
said
them talking
that.
about it. Man, know it all. Your response is
I
slow.
didn't hear it. I'm sorry. Okay, so one more comment. It says, "Ja reminds me of the kid that went viral for saying, I just want to be in the hood doing hood rat things with my friends.'"
Right.
For real.
Okay, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and shift gears on this next subject. All right. So
Uh-oh.
we're gonna have a discussion about Mr. Brian McKnight, the R&B singer. I believe his career either
Wait,
is
wait,
it
wait, 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 wait.
go
Pause,
ahead.
pause. Say that last name again.
Brian McKnight.
That Brian McKnight.
And I believe his career is on life support or it might be dead. Okay, but he felt the need to make a viral video addressing the fans about him and his children's, his older children's. He says that Brian McKnight says that he has an estranged relationship with his older two boys, and his older two boys has been saying that Brian McKnight has been a deadbeat father. He had been in their lives. He chose his new family over his own family that over his older kids and things like that or whatever. And Brian has recently been married. Well, I can say recently. He's been married to his wife now 5-6 years or so, whatever. He just had a brand new baby boy. I believe his boy is like 4, 5, 6 months old or whatever. But he named the son Brian Jr. Now his older son is named Brian McKnight Jr. But he says his new son that he has a baby with, the new son is going to carry on his legacy. And it's just almost like he's gaslighting this whole thing with, coming out saying how he feel about, the relationship that he had with his kids and so on and so forth or whatever. How do you guys feel about everything that's going on with Mr. McKnight, Mr. Brian McKnight, and this whole feuding with the older children, with his older kids or whatnot? What do you guys think about that? G-Man.
All right. So, did you listen to his response?
Yes, we heard the response.
Heard the response. Now,
Uh-huh.
if you listen to his response, I have no issue with what he did. Right? When you a celebrity, you come up with all this money, you give your kids all this, they suing you, they want more money. They don't want nothing to do with it. If I'm getting it right, correct me if I'm wrong. Because I don't know all sides, I just know what I heard him say. And I can understand you come from, as Mr. Know-It-All say, Brian McKnight. If that's my dad and he's giving me everything, how kids, they get, the more you give, the more they want in some cases. All right, they got grown. Like I did my job, right? Now I said wealthy is when your kids' upbringing better than yours. I gave you a better upbringing than I got. That's all I owe you. You adult, you got everything out of the way. Hey, go on about your business. Well, something happened, and according to him, now again, I don't know their side. He says it revolves around money, which in those cases, most of the time, it probably does, right? And then y'all gonna talk bad about me as your father. Well, guess what? Y'all know my motto, FTK. Hey, I did my job. Y'all got a problem with me, then go on down the street. I got me and my money and my new wife and my new babies here, and we gonna do what we do. And like he said, I named my son after me because he is the one who's gonna that I'm choosing to carry on. His legacy. Listen,
Go ahead.
hey, let mine go around bad talking to me. Well, you cut off. Go on about
Your
your
kids don't
business.
even like you. Shut
I don't.
up.
I don't. Here's the thing.
They don't. But that's okay. I got some new ones.
Okay,
Stupid.
here's the thing. Okay, here's how I feel about it, G man. Okay, all right, because I've been kind of paying closely attention to this thing. All right, now I kind of disagree the way everything has been brought out with this Brian McKnight making this response video. Because when he said that about my legacy is my new child or whatever. You know what, man? Come on,
You
B.
can't
Come
tell him
on,
what
man.
his legacy. He said that's his legacy.
I
He
understand
said,
that. I get that. What I'm saying is, like to me, it's almost okay. That's almost like a slap in the face or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's because you're to me as the adult. I ain't no way. I have children of my own. Okay, I
they
have
all
older kids.
adults.
Hold on. I have older kids of my own as well. Okay, ain't no way in the world I am going to sit there and come out publicly and discuss anything that has to do with my children or whatever, or say
They
anything
didn't
like
occur.
that, go against my kids or whatnot. You see what I'm saying? I don't mind me discussing about everything I've done, and my anything that I've done that's that can definitely be some type of negative light on my family, whatever, man. But if this whole thing is causing me to have a fight between my children, and possibly this whole thing could trickle down to these kids having some type of animosity towards the new child as well, or whatever, I'm going to be the bigger person and try to find a way to clean this whole thing up and not try to. With me being the adult, and me being the father of my kids or whatever, I have to be the
All
one that's
adults.
going to have to step up and clean this
They
whole
all
thing up.
adults. They all
Okay,
adults.
I agree.
I want to
I
say
agree.
something.
Go ahead, DK.
Here's a harsh reality. Whatever our parents work hard for and put in time to work for, if they choose to share it with us, that's a bonus. That's theirs. Now, we don't know what their relationship is like or was like. How did it get to this point to where they're writing each other off or whatever? Put this off. First of all, I'm a firm believer you don't air out family business on social media. You
Right,
sit down at
right,
the table, you talk
right.
it out. If you can't, hey, call each other, whatever. But the thing of it is, if they are adult children, and then once you take me to court as my child, then you forfeit everything that I feel like you're entitled to, or anything I wanted to give you. Because if I've given you a foundation, a cushion for you to go out there and make a start, and you don't do what you're supposed to do with, that's your fault. And so how did we get to the point to where he feels that this new child is gonna lead his legacy, lead on his legacy or whatever? I mean, he has that right to do that. I mean, it's sad, it
Ain't that a
hurts, but
low blow
hey,
though? Isn't that a low blow though,
no,
EQ?
it's not. No, it's not. Because y'all started this mess by posting it all out here on social media. Even if they went to him and he wasn't ready to talk, or he didn't talk, okay, that's his money he's worked hard for. That's his career he built. See, we got to stop thinking we're entitled to stuff that our parents worked hard for. We're not. If they give us something, then that's a blessing. That's a bonus. But my thing of it is, why did y'all air this out on social media? Be men and women or whatever. Go sit down and talk to y'all daddy and say, hey, daddy, this is how we feel. This is what we want to talk to you about. Hey, move everybody else out the way. But when you start taking the stuff to social media and then people start adding their opinions, now it's making Brian McKnight look like the bad father. When in essence, he could have been an excellent father. You just got some bitter kids over here. Maybe they're mad because he moved on and started another family with another woman, not with their mom. We don't know. We don't know the whole story. But the thing of it is, anything our parents do for us or give us, that's a bonus. And would you take me to court and sue me? I'll write your butt off too. I don't blame him. That's just
B
me
Dub,
though.
how you feel about it, B Dub?
First of all, Miss Nordow,
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Me too, because what is EP 52 Carzy World We Live? Never mind.
Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm confused as how you said that and said with a straight face that no matter what them kids do, them grown kids, as an adult, you being an adult, you gonna take the adult lead in the situation and not act a certain way. But you had no problem with that grown woman acting like a child and beating on that little girl. But we ain't gonna talk. We done with that. We gonna move on.
Oh! You still butthurt from that?
I'm just saying them two things don't. Them two things don't.
They don't go together. Be done.
That's neither here nor there. No, but here's the thing. So there's a popular saying, right, called "keep that same energy." I'm like EQ. I'm not real big on putting personal business out there on the internet. However, they started it on the internet. He finished it on the internet. I didn't have a problem with what he said either. I can totally see because he was poking the bear and being a little spicy.
Right.
So I definitely see why they might feel some type of way. But guess what? You don't set the rules. You started the fight. You can't punch me in the face and tell me how I'm supposed to react to you.
But these
So
are
you started it online.
These are your, even though they grown.
And he let them know, hey, not only okay, cool, y'all don't fool with me. How about this? This the real Brian McKnight Jr. right here, not you.
Come on, B-Dub.
That part.
No, man. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it.
Right? Is it right? That's debatable. Everybody can decide for themselves is it right or wrong. I don't have an issue with it.
I don't got none either.
So wait a minute.
You can't say.
Go ahead.
You can't say just because you my oldest that you my legacy. That don't mean nothing. And if I got 5 kids or whatever, I don't know how many kids Mr. McKnight has, but I'm just saying. He said, "This ain't my legacy. It's his life." I understand people. He's a public figure and everybody. He can tell you what he wants as his legacy. It ain't for us to say, "Oh, that ain't your legacy. This other is." No, he's saying his own legacy. It's his life. And going back to what Mr. Nordahl said, I'm the adult. No, them children are adults, and they spoke on his stuff first. Now I'm with you. I never air family business out in public, but they did it.
G-Man, you breaking up, my bro. You breaking up, my brother. You breaking up. But I understand where G-Man coming from. But what I'm saying is I got a problem with, it's almost like he is pitting these kids up against each other. Well, they're grown. Okay, they're grown, whatever. But when you say, this here is my legacy, his name is Brian McKnight Jr. He is my legacy. This is, like, come on, B.
Okay,
come on.
So here's the deal.
Foreman got 5 of them. They all named George. So
come on. It's messy, B.
But the thing of it is, has he given the older Brian McKnight Jr. An opportunity to carry out the legacy, and he didn't follow through or do what he was supposed to do? But again, you've caused this man shame. You've caused this man embarrassment. You've caused this man a lot of negativity, unnecessary negativity, because at the end of the day, this all sounds about like it's money. Okay, it'd be one thing if it wasn't about money and you really wanted a true relationship with your father. That would be different. But this is money driven, because for you to sue me, that screams money. That screams to me. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No, you're right.
But yeah, it just screams money. And when my dad's, even you, Mr. Know-It-All, at some point, you're going to have to say to your kids, okay, this is the point in your life where daddy got to cut you off, because hey, I got to give you a chance to spread your wings and fly. Because if every time you fall, I pick you up, you'll never learn how to walk and stand on your own 2 feet. And that may be the point Brian McKnight is at. And if them kids 30, 40 years old, he don't owe them nothing. I'm sorry, he don't.
Not nothing. Nothing.
I'm agreeing with that. He don't owe these grown folks nothing, whatever. But I have an issue with how it almost feels like you are pitting these kids, pitting these people up against each other.
That ain't
he can't pit the baby. Baby don't know each better.
How you gonna be grown beefing with a 4-month-old? That's
right. That's a
problem. That's a you problem.
Right.
Hey,
you man, you gonna
we
gonna
keep
shitty
it.
diaper baby.
Hey,
see your brother.
And I'm gonna say something that's gonna be unpopular. If you got 5, 6 kids, you got a favorite kid, and I said it. Bye.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm glad I just got one.
That's true. Like let's quit playing. Let's quit playing. All your kids are not true. You gonna have you get 6 kids, you gonna have a disappointing one. You like that one there? I don't know what happened to him. Quit playing, Mr. Know-It-All. Like all your kids gonna live up to what? No. Quit playing. We keep it real on this show. No, all of
Yeah,
them are not gonna do what you want them to do. One of them gonna fall off and do some dumb F stuff, and then okay, but you still love them all. But one
That's
of
right.
them is like, yeah, that's the one. That's he like me. He doing what I. Let's quit playing. And you know, and again, they came out publicly bashing him first. He didn't say a word. You come out publicly bashing me as an adult, you get what you gonna get. Because I'm gonna show
That's
you, I'm daddy at the end of the day. It's my money, and I can tell you who is my legacy. There's no doubt you can't tell Brian McKnight who his legacy is. Boy, better get your
but you know
life.
what? But you can do more. You can do more. You can get your point across being silent too. You see what I'm saying? I ain't got me. I'm the
They
father
could
with
have
a.
got their
I
point
don't have
across
to.
being
I don't.
appreciative.
I don't have to. I don't have to come out in public and air my grievances about my children and all that or whatever. If I wanna, if me and my kids want to, if my kids want to disown me or whatever, I don't have to get out and gaslight this whole thing. Whatever, I can kind of lay low. And if I want to make a move, bust a move with taking them off my wheel or not giving no money, whatever, I can do that in silence.
But
Ain't no
no,
go out no public and do that.
no, but see,
Well, you
okay,
can't.
that's an option. Of course, that's always an option. It's always an
Right.
option to not respond. But he
Right.
chose to respond, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
No.
what you just said, and if I got the information correct, I don't know if this is 100% correct. I know that they settled. His daughter sued him for $1 million, and
Right.
they settled for three
Yeah,
hundred thousand. So
they
he had to pay
settled.
her 300
They
thousand.
settled.
And I think if
Right.
I got the information correct, the lawsuit was for exactly what you said because he took her off of his insurance policy. So she like, well, hold on, you took me out the policy, so if you die, I don't get no money, and she sued him, and he
Well,
ended up settling and having to pay her 300,000.
well, the
That ain't got nothing to do with love.
suit was a defamation. It was a defamation suit that the daughter had brought on him because he had said some things and it pretty much put her in a bad light to where she was saying that she couldn't get a job at XYZ or whatever. He had leaked information
Now
about
you know
his
why
daughter.
according to him,
That's what he said.
He said it had something to do with insurance and something like that. So that's why I said I don't know. Your information might be better than mine, but regardless, she sued him. He had to settle. But here's the thing: why does anybody care what they have to say? Because those are Brian McKnight's kids.
That's
If
right.
they wasn't Brian McKnight's kids, nobody would be listening to them.
Facts.
Nobody would care what they have to say. They would have 2 followers on Instagram because one would be following the other and they be their own followers. But the only reason they doing
Boom.
anything, the only reason she's able to sue him for defamation and say, oh, because she's Brian McKnight's daughter and clearly she's trying to use that
Right.
and it ain't working out for her. So now I'm gonna go after you and try to bash you because this is what we do now. We go to the court of social media and we try to make people look bad and bully them into doing stuff for us because social media said, oh, you're gonna get canceled. You better no. He said, hey, listen, I don't care what y'all got going on. We
Right.
good over here. Y'all
Like,
grown, we good. You
like,
can go change your name if you want to because this the legacy right here. So holla.
like
That's
Shaq
the
said.
way I took it.
And once you sue me for $1 million and I have to settle with you for 300,000, that's still a nice piece of change, baby. It's a wrap. I'll take her off the insurance policy, off the will, off the bank account,
Thank you. I
whatever.
don't even know who
She
you
did
are
it to
now.
herself. You settle with your
But she
daddy
made that
for
decision.
$300,000.
Right.
How much is he worth? Okay, so you
She
probably that's stupid. Man, you better go over there and sit down and talk to your daddy, his new wife. Hey, look here, new broad. I need to holler at my daddy. Let me talk to him. Daddy, look at him. See, she set herself short. You cut yourself short, boo-boo. You stupid. 300,000. You went from $1 million lawsuit to 300,000. Shit, whoever his daughter is, she's stupid. She need a foot in her tail. I'm sorry.
Dr. Dre, 50 Cent. We see it over and over again. Ungrateful grown kids
That's what
trying
it
to get
is.
something for nothing.
That don't want to work, but you want the Hollywood lifestyle, you want the glitz and glamour, but you will do it by any means necessary, even if that means putting your daddy in a negative position or a negative light, tarnishing his career or whatever. Come on now.
You
That's
never,
shady.
never, ever go against your parents like that.
That's
They raised you. They did enough. If you don't like them,
Biting the
don't talk
hand
to
that
them.
fed you? Oh no.
Yeah.
You ain't
Better
nothing
try
but
to go
Brian
get on one
McKnight's
of
kids.
them
They ain't doing nothing
hip-hop
on their own. They
shows.
ain't nobody.
Right.
Yeah. All right, you guys. we're gonna go into this next subject, but before we do that, let's go read it. We just say we thank you guys for joining the Burning Coals podcast. We go live right here every Tuesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. You guys, I'm glad you guys showed up. You guys don't want to miss none of the episodes. Matter of fact, this is our 52nd episode of the Burning Coals podcast. Go back and look at all 51 of them because hey, we've been just rolling and rolling and rolling, putting them out. So it's definitely, good, great entertainment, and also it's some good information on there. So you want to take a look back at them, listen to them, we'll definitely learn from them. Whatever, man, we put some good episodes out there. All right. So again, we just say thank you guys, and make sure you share it with your friends, family members. Let everybody know exactly where to go for fire content. All right. And also in the comment section, Deborah Carzy says you got to fly at some point. Appreciate you for joining the show and watching the show, Deborah Carzy. All right. So this next and final installment for tonight, we're going to be discussing Mr. the one and only Mr. T.D. Jakes of the Potter House Ministries. So he has partnership with Wells Fargo. He has a 10-year partnership with Wells Fargo. We have a video that you guys can watch, and we want you guys to comment on this particular video, comment in the comment section as well on what you guys think and how you guys feel about this partnership that TD Jakes has with Wells Fargo. So watch the video, and then we're going to come back with our commentary.
Who's a commitment of up to $1 billion with a B from Wells Fargo to help pay for various projects. Their first project is a mixed income housing and retail development outside Atlanta. The nearly 95-acre property is a former Army base, Fort McPherson, which is right next to Tyler Perry Studios. The TD Jakes Group is a conglomerate of 4 business units: TD Jakes Ministries and TD Jakes Foundation, those are nonprofits, while TD Jakes Enterprises and TD Jakes Real Estate Ventures are for-profit entities. TD Jakes himself also presides over the Potter's House Church, but the church is not affiliated with this Wells Fargo partnership. We welcome you, Bishop. It's so good to have you at the table.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be with you.
Yeah. Clearly, you have a lot going on in your life, but explain exactly how this is going to work and why you wanted to do it now.
I think it's imperative. The fierce urgency of now indicates to us the fact that the future looks very bleak, particularly for minorities, black people, brown people, and also poor white people who are finding it difficult, workforce people, to find a job, to find opportunities, to get housing, to get upward mobility, to have communities that are built in repressed neighborhoods and revitalize a community, giving the homeowners who live there or people who lived in the community a chance to stay there for affordable rates. So this is an exciting moment for us. We're really, really thrilled to be able to do it.
So Wells Fargo is committing to up to $1 billion to fund these projects, pay for is the way we put it. That's not a donation, right? That's an investment. No. They want to make money off it.
Well, no, it's not. I don't know what they want to do, but it's not a donation. It's a commitment to supporting initiatives to raise up communities that have been repressed.
Was Wells Fargo your only option on this, or what made you comfortable with Wells Fargo? And the reason I ask that is, they have a recent history. In fact, just in December, they paid a $3.7 billion fine to settle accusations of illegal overdraft fees, illegal fees tied to car loans, illegal fees tied to mortgages. This is money they were taking out of the pockets of low-income people that you're trying to help now.
Right, and that's exactly the reservations that I had with them as well. Initially, several years ago, when they talked to me, I would not do business with them for those very reasons. That settlement that came out came from the previous administration. They have a new leader now, they have a new administration, and they're beginning to right some of the wrongs. This is not going to right it all at once, but it is a start toward justifying and rectifying some of the mistakes that have been made previously. The other reason is when other banks stood back and looked, Wells Fargo stood up and said, I'm willing to make this unlikely alliance, this very unique alliance. I've written a book called Disruptive Thinking, and this disruptive alliance between us is designed to lift up underserved, underrepresented communities.
What do you get out of this, Bishop, being involved in this partnership?
First and primary thing for me is legacy. It's a legacy piece for me. I want to give back. I want to do something for people who have been loyal and faithful to me and people that I know and love. The second thing that I get out of it is knowing that we have headed off a collision that the stats say that by 2050, the average median income for black people is going to be 0. And so we have got to get in front of this with STEAM, with technology, with job creation, with entrepreneurship, with mixed income housing and schools, closing food deserts, doing things like that I think are vitally important for the future.
Oh, TD Jakes, you sweating, man, you sweating on that stage. You look very
Fire. Dun, dun,
uncomfortable. So,
fire. Dun, dun, dun,
B-Dub,
dun.
G-Man, EQ. We got there's a lot to unpack in this conversation. Okay. All right. So let's start with this one. Okay. So when you hear when the CBS when they asked him, is this an investment from Wells Fargo? Because we all know it's an investment, but TD Jakes is saying that it's not an investment. Oh, no, he said he don't know what it is. He said he don't know what it is. These people, Wells Fargo, are putting in one point something billion dollars into this project or whatever. You don't think they looking for something for their money that they are investing back from investing that kind of money into like a low income area? That don't even make sense, TD.
Wait.
Go ahead.
He didn't say that he didn't. He said he
didn't know. He said he doesn't know.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he can't speak for what they're in it for. That's all that part. You correct that part because I don't want you to get us sued.
Right. He said that's what he said. He said he don't know about that part, about everything or whatever. But if they are putting $1.4 million, whatever, because they saying it's not charity, it's an investment. Would you guys agree that it's an investment? And why come he can't admit to the fact that it's an investment?
I don't know why I came into it because there's nothing wrong with that. See, my thing. So y'all probably gonna be shocked, but I don't have that much of an opinion. I kind of want to wait and see how this play out. I'll tell you why. Because on the surface, everything he said sounds well and fine. Okay, we want to do mixed income. We want to help whatever. The only issue I have is he talking about helping, black wealth declining and helping people. I don't really see how creating mixed income housing helps people. But if they think it helps in some kind of way, okay, cool, whatever. Of course they in it for something. That is it would be. They just paid $3.7 billion that they not getting back.
Right.
That they had to pay out in a settlement. They're not going to turn around and give another $1 billion for nothing. So of course they expect to get something back. Now I see where you're going, Ms. Nordahl, and I can kind of agree. The fact that he stumbled on that question and make me kind of be like, hey, is there some more going on? But I think we know TD Jakes has an entertainment company as well. He does he make movies here and there, TV shows, whatever. I think it's mighty coincidental that Tyler Perry bought up a large portion of that old military base in Atlanta. That's where Tyler Perry Studios is.
Correct.
And now TD Jakes is basically going after the other half of it. So maybe they got something going on together, which I don't have an issue with. Hey, get your money, black man, get your money. But I want to wait and see what they actually do with it before I pass judgment. But I will say this, the fact that he was kind of stumbling over those questions did give me a little bit of pause of like, I don't know.
Well, but go ahead, EQ.
So is he gonna launch this whatever he's doing in Dallas, or is it gonna be based in Atlanta? Or because we know Atlanta got pockets of wealthy neighborhoods, wealthy black people. So what about the community that you serve? Because I don't think he said that, or I missed that.
Well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be started in Atlanta, and there's another place. If I'm not, I read the article. I forget where the other place was at, but I know
it's
for a
going
fact
to be
it's
in multiple
Atlanta.
places.
Right.
This first venture that they working on is in Atlanta, but that kind of confused me too when I watched the video. He said that because I assumed he was starting in Dallas. They didn't say charity started at home.
Right. But B-Double, but here's the thing though. But when you say because when they asked him, they said, "Well, don't you know that Wells Fargo was
Right.
fined $3.7 billion from these very people, the poor people, poor blacks, Hispanic, and low income white folks, they had overcharged them with overdraft fees. They will fine $3.7 billion. And you are trying to tell me that you are trying to help these people that you took money from. You took money from them. So how are you gonna try to help them out?
First of all, it wasn't just white folks, because I got some of this settlement
No, I said it's
too.
black, it was black, Hispanic, and white. That's what he said.
Okay.
Well,
I only heard the white folk part. Like, hold on now.
No, he said no.
I bought my Nissan Altima Wells Fargo finance. My little Nissan Altima, they hit me up for some money too. I got a little money back, little $2 check, but you know, it is what it is. But
You're rich.
Listen,
hey, like he said, they the only ones that came forward, and it's probably because of that. They got to clean up their image. Like, what do you do? You got a problem with black people? Go find a black person. This ain't nothing new. We see this all the time. We see these puppets all the time, and they probably just using him as a puppet to clean up their image. But again, I still want to wait and see how this all play out, because just because they using him don't mean he can't use them back to benefit us. So you know, I'm willing. Even though I'm not the biggest TD Jakes fan, but I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one.
What you say, G-Man? What you gonna say, G-Man?
Forget all that you talking about, Mr. Know-It-All. If Wells Fargo said they're going to donate $1 billion to the burning coals, I'm going to do a press conference just like Jakes. You understand? Y'all give Wells Fargo another chance. They made a mistake, and they are trying to make it right. I'm like, I would be dumb. I ain't got no problem with none of that. Because this is the thing. Better him than somebody don't look like him. Like, we don't have no problem with somebody that don't look like us do that same move. Right. There's never an outcry when these other communities make them same kind of plays. The minute I don't do it, oh my God. Oh, what are you doing with the money? Okay, cool. Ask the other people in your community what they're doing with the money that you all donate when y'all go to them corner stores and hair salons and all that. You don't check their pockets. But the minute somebody look like you get it, what's going on here? I don't have a problem with it. I think there is a bigger play, as y'all said, like Tyler Perry, and then we already know they clicked in together, right? There's rumor that they were both in partnership to try to buy BET or something like that. I mean, it's all kind of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that we don't know about. And trust me, I have zero problem. You know, I have my issues with the church. I have zero problem with the black man going out and getting his coin. I do have a problem with this black minority stuff. Y'all know how I feel about that, because you don't ever hear them other minority, our partners coming out saying that in our favor. But that's another show. It's okay to say I'm here to help my own people because they don't have no problem doing it. But that's another show. But I don't have no problem up to this point. I'm like, I'm gonna let it play it out. Now, somehow, this is the thing. A bank is in it to make money. Period. All banks.
Right.
Bank going out here giving out money just because they no, that's not how banks operate. Yeah, they're doing it to make money, of course. But if they can make money and I can finesse them they get money and I can do something and play them against, let's beat up. You don't know the whole play. We got to stop playing chess, and, stop playing checkers and play chess. Let it play out.
EQ, what you finna say, EQ?
I'm sleepy. I'm old. I mean, I just, like y'all, let's see what happens. And I'm hoping that, he's a man of his word and he do what he is set out to do with this merge with Wells Fargo. I'm like y'all. I'm like the people on the news. Could you have gone with any other bank? Because of course, Wells Fargo has this, these issues of people's accounts and all that. But it's just one of those things. We just have to see where it goes, how it goes.
Man,
only time will tell.
Man, listen, I'm like.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm like, Ray Charles' mama told him, you scratch a lie, you find a thief. And once you're a thief, you're a damn thief. And that's no getting around that at all. Wells Fargo.
Pass the get more dollars alone.
What did Wells Fargo do that no other banking institution has not done?
I agree. All of them in cahoots with each other. What I'm saying is, TD Jakes, I'm glad that he's separated, because when they first came on, they had basically separated the Potter's house from Wells Fargo. And I'm glad they did that because it would have been chaotic had they would have entwined the church business with the Wells Fargo whatever. Because man, that would have been
He
a
definitely wasn't gonna do
disaster.
that because
No, you can't do
to get
that. The
your money.
IRS would have been all over that.
First of
Man.
all, he trying to get his money.
Right.
Right. He
The
get
church,
his
the
money.
church good.
Church.
The church
Yeah.
good. He
Yeah.
trying to get his money.
But like you said, what I was getting ready to say was when you TD, now TD Jakes, from what I was saying was he is in bed with some folks. To be honest with you, like y'all got, like a guy said, like Gentleman Jamal said, these folks are greedy. These folks will find ways. They're gonna put this whole community together. You're gonna still see these high interest rate with these homes and people getting out of them, can't afford them. This stuff's gonna be ongoing.
Well, he already has a neighborhood like that.
And months of money from that. So
Yeah,
it is something in it for him. It's something in it for him. It's something in it for Jake. Everybody that's involved is going to get a piece of the pie that's involved with it. I don't have no problem with that. I don't have no problem with that. But like I said,
I want to know how I can get a part of it.
Okay, I'm trying to tell you.
I got
Yeah,
my
but TD
$50
Jakes,
in this.
he already has a neighborhood over by the Potter's house. That you got to have a little pocket change to live over there. It's a private or gated community or something like that. Yeah.
No,
As a matter of fact, we know there's somebody from Corsicana that I know that lives over there. So
My thing is this: why do we keep trying to build stuff, and we call it mixed income, low income, whatever? Why are we not putting more resources? Since you said black wealth is declining, and that's a problem for you. You want to do something about it. Why are we not putting more resources into teaching people how to build wealth?
that part.
Cause that's
Because
too much like right. That's too much like right, B-Dub.
How about we start putting more effort and more resources into teaching people how to build wealth where they are, so we can start gentrifying our own neighborhoods. Like you can do that. Like people don't understand that you don't have to wait for somebody else to come do it. You can buy your own block and gentrify your own neighborhoods if we had the means. First of all, the knowledge, that's the most important. If we had the knowledge, then if we can start acquiring some of the means and the assets and resources to do it, as opposed to just building something, because now you just like, okay, I live in a ratty, tore down project apartment that I'm overpaying $1,500 a month for. Oh, we can build you a nicer place over here and you can just pay $2,000 a month. That ain't helping me. Teach me how to get my money up so I can either fix what I already got and make it valuable, or so I can just move up on my own instead of just keep building stuff. But at the end of but like I said, that's neither here nor there.
A black man get money, I ain't mad at it.
At all.
He ain't taking no money out of my pocket.
Right.
Well, with Wells Fargo, he might.
I don't got no Wells Fargo, but shout out to Wells Fargo if they would like to sponsor the show. Please hit us up at Brand Shows.
Because that's leverage. That's leverage, right? Wells Fargo just settled. Like, hey, listen, I'm big in the community, and y'all ain't looking good to our people right now. Won't you go and slide me a billy, and So yeah, hey.
Yeah, Wells
Burning
Fargo.
Coast Podcast would love to be sponsored by Wells Fargo, like G-Man said. We'll talk real nice about you.
Yeah,
I'll go take $25 and start a savings account with you.
But again, this whole thing is about image. To clean their image up or whatever. So yeah, they're gonna do what they've been doing. They're gonna get somebody that's a someone that is very polarizing in the community, someone that has a name, someone that's popular as TD Jakes, and that's what they do. They're gonna use that person, be the face of their narrative they want to push, and they're gonna use it. But I guess TD Jakes' motto is like, you can use me, as long as you don't misuse me. So he's like, hey, look, I'm down with it, and we'll definitely see what's gonna happen with it or whatever. I'm hoping everything do.
You can misuse me all you need.
No, man. Oh man. But hey, you guys, we thank you guys for joining. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the Burning Coast Podcast. We go live every Tuesday, 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we definitely do that. B-Dub, G-Man, EQ, you guys got your final remarks, so we can go ahead and close this one for the night.
Hey, I love y'all. That's all.
Leave them streets in the hood. You ain't hood, Ja.
Yeah, holding up. How you say he hold up his gun? How was he holding it up?
You know what it made me think of? The way he was holding that gun, it made me think of that video Odell Beckham when they was in the sauna. He came up out the water.
Yeah. It ain't no fun if your homies can't have none. So
See,
we
He got the
say
blicky.
yeah, right. So that's the Brandon Coles give you the backbone. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun or whatever. When NBA got the gun. So the NBA do have it, and John Morant. We hope that you get it together, man. So that being said, now we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys for joining the Burning Coast podcast, where we go live every Tuesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. We say thank you guys for joining. I go by the name of Mr. Know Our Reaction. We got our guy Bougie Weirdo. We got our guy below us, G-Man, Gentleman Jamal. And then we have at the bottom corner, Educated Queen. We say thank you guys again. We love you guys for joining. Hearts out to you. We say peace. Let's get it.